Anambra United Methodist Church has stood for over 5 decades as a beacon of Christian faith, education, and community service in Liberia. We will remain anchored in the gospel of Christ, faithful to the articles of religion and the confession of faith, and committed to the traditional Methodist teaching that upholds the sanctity of marriage and the authority of the scripture. We shall continue to worship peacefully, uphold lawful order, and trust in God's justice through the courts and the conscience of the faithful. We therefore appeal to the government of the Republic of Liberia to ensure that constitutional rights of our congregation are protected. Yes. Regrettably, and in defiance of that court order, the district superintendent of the Monrovia District Conference, Reverend Charles Eddie Lagaman Sr., convened a property charge conference on October 21st, 2025 to unlawfully remove the legitimate leadership of the STM-UMC and install an interim administration. In this regard, we, the legitimate administrative council and congregation of the STM-UMC, categorically reject this illegal and unrecognized action. The leadership elected and installed during the 2024 charge conference remains the only lawful leadership of the church until a proper, transparent, and biblically guided process is conducted following the court ruling. Accordingly, we caution the general public, all partners and institutions not to transact or engage with unpurported interim.
No order in the party. No order. No order you have in the party. Your party executives will be even worried that you the only person appointing people all over the place. Nobody gets anything to say because everybody just to get something to eat. I was the only person with my heart open that came to help you. I didn't want anything. Because I told you I saw something in my sleep about you. But you are a wicked man. For you to go and tell people that financial issue in between Grace and Benedict, that financial issue. I left your party with money in your bank account. That money will open your mouth. Those people that are behind you. You think why they want us to do business like because of your money? And I don't care about your money. You can use it anyway. I don't know you like that. But do not use my name. Tell the people why I resign. That's what you should do. Any good leader will do that. Well, Grace resigned, that, otherwise she resigned. I agree with her. Certain thing I don't agree with anything. You tell the people, everything she said, I don't agree with it. I got recordings for your meeting, oh. For your executive meeting, I got recordings. Because people love me. Because they know what I did for that party. And the people you think are telling me, they're not them. You don't have good people behind you. Leave my name for this, or else I will sue you. I'll register your party here in America. You don't want to play with me. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Because revenge, it can be next to the thing that people enjoy the most in their life. Stop. Stop. I did nothing to you. I resigned from CMC. I sent a resignation letter to CMC. Mr. Benedict and his derogatory executive holding the letter, they don't want to share the letter to tell the people why I resigned. And they know in the letter why I resigned. So since they don't want to share the letter, I was giving them a chance to respect. Because when I work with respect. Everybody respect each other, and that's how I do my job. I built your party. You forgot? Even the political launch is on right now. I the one needed the political launch, the banner for the political launch. I made that banner. I help you with your ideology. I help you with everything. For free. You never paid me once. I didn't ask you to come and fight for Liberia. It's different. I want to see the betterment of Liberia. So my fight is strong.
Okay. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Painesville. Good morning, Gatnesville, Johnsonville, Brewerville, Harrisburg, Congotown, Piama, Central Monrovia. And just wherever you are this beautiful Monday morning, fine tone to the Today Show. That's still the Spawn Breakfast Program. Number one stop for the latest hits, hottest conversations, and all the energy you need to kickstart your day. It's a brand new day, and we are here to make sure you start with a smile. So whether you're on your way to work, heading to class, or still snuggled up in bed, we've got you covered with the best gossip, information, and some good laughter. Coming up today, we have on our plate our usual traffic talk segment to give you an insight of the vehicle traffic laws of Liberia. We also got across Liberia to speak with some of our correspondents, tell you what's exactly happening in the various counties. At 9 o'clock, we play host to the chairman of the PMC, Sir James Yogi. He's our guest today from 9 to 10 o'clock. And don't forget, we'll be chatting about today's trending topics, hearing from our listeners and dropping those feel-good hits that keep you moving all morning long. So again, my name is Yekezi Zwobel here this morning. Yes, Diamond Slanger is in here today. He will join me on tomorrow on the show. So yes, you're welcome to it, and let's have a wonderful time together on the Today Show this beautiful morning from Odious Congotown in Monrovia, Liberia. So today we are left with 51 days to go within the year 2025. So specifically, we got 1 month, 21 days to go, 7 weeks, 2 days to go, and of course 1,224 hours to go. In this year, 2025, gradually 2025 is slipping away from us. If you've got a resolution that you want to achieve this year, you've got a goal that you want to achieve before the end of this year, what is time? It's a time that you started working assiduously in order to achieve your goal. The year is at its verge. But folks, welcome this beautiful morning. I'd like to recognize all of those watching us, watching the show this morning. Please share the show so that others can join in. So, yeah, please share the show so that others can join. Papi Sauces Keita says good morning from Dupont Road. God bless Liberia, he says. Natasha Payne is watching from Liberia. Natasha, thanks for following the show. And if you're following the show, all you've got to do is to just comment right down there in the comment section. And of course, your comments will be pinged live on the screen or read out on the radio. So let's also recognize you, Samuel Cooper, watching us from Congo Town, Crown Peace Building. Welcome to the show, Samuel. And please share the show for us this morning. So, folks, we will also bring you sports. Once Sylvester Wowie joins us, we will bring you sports. And that's it right here on the show. Now, let's begin with our traffic talk. And first off, we bring you the transportation fares to major areas, major cities in Liberia. That is from Monrovia to major cities in Liberia. This is very important for you to know because the Ministry of Transport recently updated the transportation fares, beneficial to passengers and Liberians as a whole. So it's important that you know these fares so that you cannot be exploited by the drivers. And if you are exploited by the drivers, knowing it, there's a remedy. There's a hotline that you've got to call to report that particular driver who might exploit you. Let's now bring you the transportation fares this morning. Okay, yeah, just bear with me for a few minutes. No. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So these are the transportation fares from the Ministry of Transport, and there are penalties for violation of these fares. And of course, we will tell you what the first offense, the fine for the first offense, the second offense, and then the third offense. So let's begin with it. Let's begin with Bombing County. So according to the Ministry of Transport, the latest transportation fares from Bombing County from Monrovia to Tottenberg. Yeah, from Monrovia to Tottenberg in a taxi is 600 Liberian dollars, and from Monrovia to Ba is 550 Liberian dollars, and that is in a taxi. For Bombing County, from Monrovia to Banga, the capital, is 900 Liberian dollars. 900 Liberian dollars, and it's about 3 hours 11-minute distance. Yeah. From Monrovia to Salala is 550 in a taxi. To Totota is 700 in a taxi. To Swakoko is 900. To Phoebe is the same 900. The same for Cottington. And of course, to Palala is 1,400. Yeah. From Banga to Vonjama is 3,000. Yeah, 3,000 Liberian dollars. Okay, for Bapolu County, from Monrovia to Bopolu is 1,400. From Monrovia to Bopolu in a taxi is 1,400. That's according to the Ministry of Transport. Okay, so from Monrovia to Buchanan is 900 Liberian dollars. It's just about 2 hours 41-minute distance. From Monrovia to Robertsport, Grand Cape Mount County is $1,250, and it's about 3 hours 10 minutes 10-minute distance. From Monrovia to Bowatersa is 1,100 Liberian dollars. That's according to the Ministry of Transport. Okay, so we want to bring you other fares here, so just be patient a little bit as we bring you other fares here from the Ministry of Transport this morning. Okay, so for Nimba County, I'm sorry. Yeah, so for okay, yeah, so for Nimba County, let's bring you some of for the bus. If you are traveling in a bus, or if you're boarding a bus to from Monrovia to the various county capitals or major areas in the various counties, from Monrovia to Tottenberg is 300 according to the Ministry of Transport. To Gba is 300 in the bus. 600 from Monrovia to Banga, Bon County. And the total tie is 400 Liberian dollars. To Phoebe or Cordington is 600 Liberian dollars. That is in a box, and 1,000 for Palala. And of course, that's when you are boarding a bus. From Monrovia to Senegal in the bus is 2,000 Liberian dollars. From Monrovia to Ganta or Gompa in a bus is 1,500 Liberian dollars. From Monrovia to Saclay is 2,500 Liberian dollars. That is if you're boarding a bus. And to Ban is 2,005. To Campley is 2,005. The same for Yikipa. To Loguatu is 3,200. Tapeta is 3,200. From Kompa or Ganta to Banga is 700. For River Cess, from Sesto City to from Monrovia to Sesto City is 3,500 Liberian dollars. That is if you're boarding the bus. For River G is from Monrovia to Fishtown is 9,000 Liberian dollars if you are boarding a bus. And that's according to the Ministry of Transport. So those are the latest transportation fares according to the Ministry of Transport this morning. So we will stop here. Yeah. So those are the latest transportation fares according to the Ministry of Transport here this morning. And let's bring you our traffic talk lesson today. And today we will be looking at the subchapter B, section 2.23 of the Vehicle and Traffic Laws of Liberia. And it says, any person who is at least 15 years of age may apply to the Minister for an instruction permit. And an application for an instruction permit shall be accompanied by an application for an operator's license. The minister may, in his discretion, after the applicant has successfully passed all parts of the examination required for section 2.6, that's section 2.26 of this title, other than the driving test, issued to the applicant an instruction permit, which shall entitle him, while driving such permit, in his immediate possession to drive a motor vehicle for a period of 6 months, when accompanied by a licensed operator who has had at least 1 year of driving experience and who is occupying a seat beside the permittee, except when the permittee is operating a motorcycle. Any such instruction permit may be renewed, or a new permit may be issued for an additional period of 6 months. A person holding an instruction permit shall not operate a motor vehicle if there are passengers in the vehicle other than the licensed person who is required to occupy the seat beside him. And what does this mean? Section 2.23 of the Vehicle and Traffic Law of Liberia. So it specifically talks about who can apply for an instruction permit. And that instruction permit, is often referred to as a learner's permit, or learner's permit. That's how is often called. So an instruction permit is a learner's permit. So the application requirement is that when you apply for an instruction permit, you must also apply for a regular driver's license that is called as well operator's license. So according to this section, what are the conditions for getting the permit? So the minister may give you an instruction permit after you pass all the written tests or the vision and other tests that are required. Okay, so when you go for the instruction permit, you are given a written test and you are given a vision test plus other tests that are required by law, except for the driving test. And when you are issued that instruction permit, which is also a learner's permit. So if you get an instruction permit, you can drive a car for 6 months, according to the law. You can drive a vehicle or ride a motorbike for 6 months, as long as you have the permit with you while driving. That is, anytime you are driving a vehicle, you must have that permit with you. And you must be accompanied by a licensed driver who has at least 1 year of driving experience and is sitting right next to you in the front seat of that vehicle, because you are a learner. Okay? You're a learner. So you must have a driver with 1 year of driving experience sitting right by you in the front seat while you're driving that vehicle. And at all times when you are driving, you must have with you your instruction permit or your learner's permit. And for motorcycles, you don't have to have, a licensed person sitting by you. No, for motorcycles, according to the law, you don't have to have a license. In fact, someone sitting by you, a licensed, rider sitting by you. And in terms of renewal, according to the law, your instruction permit can be renewed, or you can be given a new one for another 6 months. That is, if the first 6 months expired, if it elapses, you can apply for another license permit or a renewal. Okay? And the restriction is that for the fact that you are a learner, while you are driving, you can't take passengers. You cannot have passengers in the vehicle except that licensed driver who, according to the law, must sit beside you. Only that person must sit beside you in the front to guide you as you drive that vehicle, having with you your license permit. So in short, a 15-year-old can get a license permit or a learner's permit after passing written test, but before the driving test. So the permit will allow that person to practice driving for 6 months, but only with a qualified licensed driver beside them, and no other passengers are allowed to sit in that vehicle. So that's according to subchapter B, section 2.23 of the Vehicle and Traffic Law of Liberia. So that's our traffic talk for today. That's our traffic talk for today, and hope you got something, or you got reminded about something. I'd like to welcome to the show Sylvester Wowie. Sylvester, good morning and welcome.
Because let me say good morning to our many listeners.
How was the weekend?
Grateful as usual. Thank God for life.
Okay, it's good having you on. So now we like to cut across Liberia to speak with our various correspondents. Let's see if we can speak with Victor Cooper this morning from Nimba County. Victor is our Upper Nimba County correspondent. We are understanding that traditional leaders in the county are getting ready. They are getting prepared to celebrate the Feast of the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. What preparations have they, made or done so far? We'll be speaking with Victor Cooper, and also the Nimba County Education Officer, or the CEO, Francis Legge, has called on FRB management to open USD account for teachers in the county. Yeah. So we'll be talking about all of that. Let's see if we can get Victor on the line to give us brief details on this development. But today's show right here on Spawn 107.5. And don't forget, at 9 o'clock, we play host to the chairman of the CMC, Mr. James Yogi, is going to be our guest here. But let's go across Liberia and speak to our correspondent. Before, okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but we are getting Victor Cooper. Folks, don't forget to play the radio entertainment game, because the dashboard has been open here since this morning at 7 o'clock. So the more you play, the more your chances are to win. The code remains the same. Star 799 star 3 hash, star 799 star 3 hash is the code. Once you dial that code, it takes you to the payment of the playing fee, which is just 50 Liberian dollars or 50 cents US. Once you pay the playing fee, you enter your mobile money PIN to confirm. It gets you automatically into the draw, and you stand a chance to win for yourselves up to 10,000 Liberian dollars, 5,000 Liberian dollars, and 15,000 Liberian dollars here this morning. And of course, we have material prizes here for you also. We'll have several bags of rice to be accompanied by those cash prizes that you'll be winning. We now have on the line Victor Cooper. Victor, good morning and welcome. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, Yagavi. Good morning to you. I'm doing better. I'm okay this morning. I don't know about your thing, but Nimba is okay this morning.
Well, Manorville is great. Like Nimba County. But tell us what's going on in Nimba. We understand that preparations are ongoing for the celebration of the feast of the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. You want to tell us more about that?
You are right. You guys will already take this one in our caption this morning after following it closely throughout the week. And so we decided to bring forth this information to our people that indeed the traditional leaders in the county held a day-long meeting in Zegre town, one of the traditional towns in the county, to discuss the issues of the senator feast come November 28th. But then the meeting brought together almost all of the traditional leaders in the county. We have over 2,712 persons who assembled at that occasion, and they were also accompanied by the newly appointed minister of the conference. Was there, David Cooper was there, and the Senator Samuel Kogan was also in that meeting. So it was held there in Israeli Nimba County.
Okay, what was discussed there?
So they all came out with the conclusions to celebrate the feast of the senator. But then It will surprise you and come in as of breaking news to you this morning that the feed of the senator has been postponed to a later day to be announced. So, according to information we have in possession this morning, it was on leak one, but now the superintendent has fully confirmed it to us now that the feed has been postponed in the county to a date to be announced later. So, reasons behind the postponement were various. We've been told that Senator Samuel Koga wrote the vice president that one it's true we all know we have to celebrate the feast of the senator. There are things that need to be done in the county. So in this letter, I am asking your honorable office to please postpone the celebration in the county to settle numerous family disputes in the family of Senator Koga and to lay down the issue to rest of the PYD Polytechnic, where the school can be open and the student will start going to school. When it's in a functioning, we can now have the peace in the county. But for now, it is my plea to you, the vice president, that we postpone the fees announced in the county. So yes, the fees now in the county have been postponed to a later day to be announced.
Wow, the feast has been postponed to a later date. Now let's look at the possibility of resolving or addressing the issues confronting the family of the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. Like you said, the family members are a loggerheads. The issue of the school. Those are problems that may take several weeks, if not months, to address. Or how swiftly are they intending to address or resolve these issues before celebrating the feast of the senator?
The county will be looking up to the county administration, including the senator who wrote the vice president on the postponement of the senator feast in the county, because many people are between those people, and it's not one big business, not even a one-way business. I can assure you that because almost all of the members are going at just kind of reaching their own point daily. So also the issue of the school do is one thing where the student in the county themselves are also raising concern on a daily basis. So if you resolve the issues with the family after you resolve, you need to come back and call those students and resolve with them as well. And reopen the school to the public before we can talk about the fees. So it means that it will take enough time, but we're still looking up to the county administration, the superintendent, the vice president, even our Koga, who is to maybe take the lead in resolving those issues, because the fact that he will write the vice president on these issues, there is a possibility for his office to resolve it. Maybe he is bound to lobby with the leaders in the county to bring peace between the family and to see how they can reopen the school. So we still look up to that county.
Okay, and the communication from Senator Koga to the vice president it indicates that the senator and the vice president appear to be on good terms. What can you say to that? Yeah, because for the fact that he can write a communication to the vice president for the feast of the senator to be postponed, outlining reasons, and the vice president considering his communication and postponing the feast of the senator. It tells that there's some form of coordination and cooperation between the vice president and the senator, as opposed to a few weeks or months back.
Yeah, sure. The vice president categorically saying past and you don't have anything to do with Senator Koga in the county. In being a leader for the country, I don't think you have to be holding something in mind. Why would discussing what Koga wrote to the vice president?
But Senator Koga has had issue with him.
Yeah, of course. So it means that there is nothing in mind for Koga as well, because Koga, no one said, I'm having a personal issue with the vice president. All you have is how we express. I want to be done in the county. So this is reflecting. This morning we just following on a radio when he said, people have been insinuating in the country that one person who was behind the filming of the BYD Polytechnic. So the fact that the BYD Polytechnic more and he came out with a suggestion, he will give the assurance to the people that the peace between the family will be established and they will come back and reopen the school. So in my mind, there are some level of coordination between the past president and the senator in the country. So we gotta be careful how to address the issues.
Okay. All right. So now going back to the postponement of the feast of Senator Prince Yomi Johnson, tell us, how has Nimbans, taken this information? Have they expressed disappointment, or have they expressed any concern about this postponement and the reason stated for this postponement?
So the superintendent just broke the news, not even 10 minutes. She was already on the line on the radio from Brazil, breaking the news when the call came in. So she was giving details as to those information. But then what would I put the letter that was written to the vice president? So we get a copy of the letter, leak one from behind the scene where we're having possession, that the whole process will be postponed, and it is now postponed. So the matter of fact, we're looking up to the public to make their own opinion, but we know people just have to accept, because if the leaders come out with a decision, no one can just go about to oppose to that decision. So the fact that the president, the superintendent, Koga, all of these people are already agreed, and Koga are already written in the Democratic caucus. So it means that this proposal was sent, and people have to just accept it.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, Victor. Let's hold you there because we don't have the luxury of time. I know you have another development, but you just want to breathe this Queen's that in. Just summarize that development before we take leave of you.
But we'll have time tomorrow.
Yeah, just squeeze that in about the Nimba County Education Officer, Francis Legge. What's happening? He's calling on FFR Bank Management to open USD account for teachers in the county. What's the rationale behind the call?
Yeah, so you are right. You are the body million. So if I account is there, we'll still elaborate on it. In the county here, teachers are now leaving for very local to come here to send a long queue for a monthly salary. So it now becoming tedious for students. It's becoming very difficult for school going kids in the county. From government side, FRB Bank, Guinea Road Junction here, there is a long queue from the FRB Bank going towards the Guinea Road Junction. So people find it difficult. So the rationale behind that have been, most of them were not having a USD account. So they have been finding usually been receiving money on the LD account, so we still government have mandated them to open their LD account, so the US account. So based upon that, many teachers have to abandon classroom and almost month, so that 2 weeks to come and be here in Ghana to be running behind the opening of the US account in the county. So I can tell you that almost 2 weeks, some of them were here in the district number 6, district number 9. All of the districts in the country, they will all assemble at FRB Bank to receive to open a USD account. So we've been hearing that they will open the account where it will be about $20 US. So on this notice, the CEO of the county directly engaged the manager of the FRB Bank, engaging that the fact that the government is making business with you, all of the government employees that are taking salary through your bank, they need to have free USD account open here to be facilitated. But I have been told that it has been accepted by the management that all of the teachers here will now have access to the US account here free of charge through the county administration, county CEO influence. That's what we're hearing now in the county.
Thank you very much, Victor Kupora, Upper Nimba County correspondent. Hope to join you tomorrow for more developments from Nimba. It's been a pleasure. So, folks, that is it there. Let's see if we can join our correspondent from Grand Bassa County quickly. It's King Brown, our Grand Bassa County correspondent, to tell us what's unfolding in Grand Bassa County as well this morning. But don't forget, keep on playing the radio entertainment game to win yourself some, huge cash prizes, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 Liberian dollars, accompanied by bags of rice here. So the more you play, the more your chances are to win. And the code is *799*3#, *799*3#. Once you dial that code, it takes you to the payment of the playing fee. And the playing fee is just 50 Liberian dollars or 50 cents US. You can play multiple times. The only requirement is you must have a valid non-StarCell GSM SIM card that is registered with mobile money, and you must have money on your mobile money account to play. Let's see if we can go to Grand Cape Mount County to speak with Aaron Kume. Aaron Kume is our correspondent there in Grand Cape Mount County. We're not getting our Bassa County correspondent. His phone has been ringing endlessly, but now on the line is Aaron Kume from Aaron, good morning. Good morning. That's Aaron from Bomi County, not Grand Cape Mount. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning. Let me say good morning to our many listeners and those are following the show this wonderful Monday morning.
Okay, it's good to have you on.
Thank you ever so much, and welcome also.
Yeah.
All right. So, information emanating from county. 2 years, 7 years old child is currently suffering from eye problem.
Do you mean
and
2 years, 7 months?
Yeah, 2 years, 7 month child. Yes, old child. Yes, is currently suffering from eye problem. Little Agnes Calon. Agnes Calon. According to her mother, one early morning when she woke up, and then she observed that the little girl eyes start itching her, and then while itching the eye, it started to get red. But within the daytime, the eyes start to sweat up. So the eyes started sweating up, and then she took the child to first drugstore to acquire what is happening, and the nurse at the drugstore referred her to the hospital. And then when they went there, they said the eye were developing what they call eye cancer. But she needed to deposit 200 United States dollars for the test. And that money were not available at that moment. And then she decided to come back home to at least try by all means to get funding to cater to the child. But as we speak right now, if you see the condition of that little child, it's kind of, very bad. Of the entire eye of the little girl, the left eye has pulled up. The entire eyes came out very, very big. And when I questioned the mother, what is she doing in order to curtail this identical signal that is on the child? And she said she have taken the child even to Guinea. She went Conakry, where the doctors there, when they saw her condition, they said, yes, we can do the work, but then it requires funding. And when they laid a bill before her, she said she was unable to face the kind of a challenge within the bill.
How much is the bill according to her?
Well, in the Sierra Leone or the Guinean money, she converted it in in the United States dollar, it came up to 3,000 United States dollars.
What is she doing to raise that money?
Nothing. As I speak right now, she got to ask her, are you a business woman? She said no. What are you doing in order to cater to this identical child? She said she's just asking people around. And those that are fit to her condition, like a guy who have his drugstore told her that every morning just bring the child for medication. Though the treatment will not cure the eye, but to minimize the pain that she's currently going through.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you could help out with a photo of that chart, so
Yeah.
maybe we could place it on the live stream we can know.
You just send us a picture of the child. You also want to send maybe the contact of the mother,
Okay.
so that we can announce it, so that maybe someone
Yeah, maybe.
out there wants to help contribute, towards a surgery, towards treatment for that child,
Okay.
so that they can maybe send whatever they have through mobile money number. But thank you very much for giving us that information.
All right. Thank you, Legacy, for keeping me in key this morning.
All right, Aaron Kume, there in Bombing County, Tottenham Bird, feeling the same with what's happening in that part of the country. Mr. Wowie, you've been following, the stories from Nimba and that of Bombing County. Sorry, we can't get our
Yeah, I think
Baton County correspondent on this morning.
yeah, to speak to the last story there, I mean, it shows that our health challenge, our health sector is still seriously challenged, because you got Bombing County right next to Mosorado, and the parents of the child had to travel as far as Guinea-Conakry, to seek medication. I mean, it speaks to serious challenges in our health sector that the government need to do more to address. And on the issue about the relationship between Senator Coker and the vice president, one thing I got from the communication sent by the senator to the vice president is the fact that this rivalry as to who is the leader of the county has finally been put to rest, because the senator has realized that the vice president, being the second high authority in the country and hailing from Nimba.
Do you rather think the rivalry was over who's the leader of the county, or
I mean, the head of the county.
who's the godfather of
Yes, I mean,
of the
we,
county?
I will agree with you.
I
Want
mean,
to put it?
because obviously, as per position, the vice president holds the highest position from the county. So obviously, he automatically becomes the leader of the county.
Yeah. So
But then the godfather, because that's a title that Prince Johnson held. Yes, he was a leader of the county, but most importantly, he was the godfather of the county. So now, assuming that Prince Johnson would have been alive, the vice president would have been the leader of the county, but then that godfather position, that traditional position, is what you wouldn't take away from the senator, Prince Johnson.
if the senator was still alive, the vice president was still going to be in the know that his making as vice president was influenced by the senator of Nimba County. I was talking about the late Prince Johnson. So now that he's no longer alive,
so it's just going to be like the vice president. If the senator Prince Johnson were alive, the vice president would have been like a de facto leader of the county.
Sure.
But practically, you would have
practically
had,
because
Prince Johnson.
I mean, we all know. I mean, to date, even after the passing of the senator, the vice president still regard him as his father, a father figure. I mean, somebody who stood for Nimba, and today Nimba has a vice president, or produced a vice president of the Republic of Liberia. So the fact that Coker recognized the office of the vice president, said, look, this have to do with Nimba County. We need to reach out, being the family representative or spokesperson, I need to reach out to the leader of the county, who is the vice president, to let him know that we got circumstances, compare us to postpone the fees of the senator. So we want your input. That letter or communication was intended to seek the vice president input or permission in order to postpone the fees of the senator. So I think I put to rest to some extent this issue of who's the godfather of Nimba County or the leader of Nimba County, because they were heavily politicized in the past.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything for us?
Yeah, I mean, for sports, yes, we know the 1995 Ballon d'Or winner, George Weah, was seated by the president of FIFA, Infantino, in Rabat over the weekend. And the reason for that meeting was to address racism in football. It can be recalled the former president of Liberia was appointed by FIFA president in September to lead a panel of 16, players to address this issue of racism in football. And George Weah being the captain of that team, because those individuals come from, I stand to be correct, I think 12 different countries. So was in Rabat for a forum to see how they could address this issue. And we are speaking at the program, said he is also a victim of racism, during his days as a footballer. So, I mean, it's good that FIFA, have put a team together to see how they can advise the football, the world football body on this issue that have to do with racism, which is not good at all. So
yeah. So one thing we see the picture circulating on social media, and standing before this picture is the former president George Weah. This picture. So there's an inscription on the building that has the president standing before, and it says, "Shame on those who the football world gave everything and celebrates, but they failed." And that failed is in capital letter to improve football in their countries for the youth, even as president. And then on that, I don't know what, because I mean, is this picture in any way related to the former president's visit?
I think the former president office or supporters, they didn't do him well by bringing that forum from Rabat live, even the president's speech, because what is done.
I'm thinking, former president.
Yes, I think the reason for which
participation in such conference.
Yes, I think the reason for which they did church was to do away with the rumors, speculation that the former president is in well. Yeah, so they try to portray it as if the former president is doing okay, but what normally is done in these instances, because if you listen to the journalists who went to conduct the interview, the former president was informed that the interview was meant to be used by FIFA. So normally these things are produced and make sure they get the content that they need for the message, which is to do with racism in football. So that interview was exclusively for FIFA, where if you go to FIFA website now, that interview has been edited. They did a story to commensurate with the message they want to send out. It was for FIFA news. But I mean, the former president being a politician, supporters were there.
I don't want to know how authentic this particular image is. I think you've seen this image.
Yes, I've seen that image
on social media.
Yeah, then I mean, I would now
mean the inscription.
you can see, I saw that particular image, but in a very tiny. It was a tiny image at the back of the president, so I didn't read the inscription. And somebody who was maybe opportune to get exactly the wordings and came up with it, which I would not want to speculate on. But we all know that even at home, the former president is being heavily criticized, not just by people in the opposition. Even sports journalists have criticized the former president. Even some of his colleagues, like Jim Ziba and others, came out to say, the president, didn't do well for football, especially because that's a sport that brought him to the limelight. He didn't do well for football during his 6th year as president of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay. And for me, actually, I don't want to believe this is what FIFA, right? Inviting.
No, FIFA is not a
um,
political body,
I
so
mean,
that
George,
image was
George,
very
George,
tiny, so I didn't
George
read the
Weah
description, so I
to
would not
such
want
an
to speak to
event
it.
and
Yeah.
having such an inscription on, at that vicinity or on the wall of the building. I think FIFA wouldn't do that. I think
But I mean, it was for a special.
it was.
The purpose for that forum was to
I'm not talking
address
about the purpose
racism.
of the
Yeah, but I
forum. I'm
mean,
specifically talking about, the inscription on the wall that says "Shame those who the football world give everything and celebrate, but they fail to improve football in their countries for the youth, even as president." And underneath it, you have the name of the president, George Weah. I'm sure it was just a provocation.
yeah, you know,
And
our
done
country, Liberia
maybe
is
by
politically charged, and
by
we see everybody
members
running
of the
error.
Royal
Yeah,
establishment or critics of
we are, but
the former president.
I mean, it is an open secret that President Weah, I mean, has been heavily criticized, not just by people in the opposition, but his colleagues or former teammates in the national team. I mean, during his 6 year, he did nothing to elevate Liberia football. People had thought George Weah was going to change Liberia football or place the football to some high level to match with our, with other countries in the region like Ghana, Nigeria, and what have you. But I mean, during the 6 year, we still saw Liberia being ranked as one of the least country. In fact, under President Weah, Liberia was the least ranked country in West Africa. Yeah. And FIFA normally come out with this Monday ranking. So
Yeah.
Under President Weah, Liberia was the least ranked country in West Africa.
And also, still talking about the former president George Weah, one rumor on that circulated social media during the weekend has to do with his illness. It's been reported that he bailed.
Another thing I see as
he's not faring well. I mean, this has been in the making for some time now.
Yeah, I mean, even that was before even the groundbreaking of the CDC
now.
headquarters.
But when it first broke up, the former president himself came up and he made a statement about him, Jimmy, that taking exercises, waking up in the morning, preparing food for himself and doing things for himself and going to the gym, and that's all attributable to, is
his health status.
They are attributable to his reduction and all to him being slim and all of that. But
even through a job at the current president,
Yeah.
Joseph Walker, saying he don't do face beat.
Yeah, he doesn't do makeup.
Yeah,
He doesn't do makeup. The general person is
but you can see again, it speak to, we know normally when it comes to health, I mean, it's something no doctor or hospital is going to give a medical report to anybody aside from the patient family member. So meaning it is something very, very confidential. So for people to be speaking openly about other people's health when they are not even doctor, they got no medical experience. I mean, it just speaks to the country we live in or find ourselves. Prior to the election, this whole thing started. And in Liberia, it's the issue of paying back. So then people from the CDC said President Bouakai wasn't well. He wasn't fit to lead the country, and they even speculated that if he's elected as president of Liberia, Liberia will have to go to by-election because, I mean, he wasn't going to live to go through the 6th year. So now that President Bouakai was elected and he's in good health, doing the groundbreaking of the CDC headquarters, we saw video footage of the former president, and people suggested just by looking at his, methodologic, and decided to say, look, President Weah isn't well. And even of recent, there was speculation that President Weah had been flown to Ghana to undergo medical treatment. So you can't be discussing all of people have opinion in this form and manner, even though President Weah is a former president of this country or
I
politician.
mean, they are public figures now.
Yes, but I mean, it's not a good thing to do. So what happened to President Boakai yesterday is what, folks from the United Party are not paying back to the former president. I mean,
Okay. Let's shift away from that because there are some.
yeah, but let me just drill you through the results from the weekend action in the Liberia Football Association First League. Borough, that's the formerly Global Farmer, suffered their first defeat on yesterday after 6 rounds of matches to League dealer Watanga, meaning Watanga is the only side to be beaten so far in this season. They have not suffered any defeat since the start of the 2025-26 league season. So they remain the only side unbeaten. At the let me see. At the 2 Safi yesterday, the first match of the day between Freeport FC and newcomer to the first division, Ganaville, and a 3-0 in favor of Ganaville FC. So Freeport was defeated 3-0 at the 2 Safi. In the day's second match at the same venue, Leska FC, of course, defeated LPRC Oilers to move second on the league table. At the D12 field in Newcrutan, Borough FC, that's former Global Farmer and former the Morovia Club Brewery, was defeated by the league leader Watanga 2-1. At the Compass Sports Stadium in Nibakante, FC Facel bounced back to win away when they defeated Discovery FC 1-0. And in let's say in Grand Bassa at the Darius Williams Sports Stadium, before I come to Momo Tweet, we know Downtown FC was again defeated, this time by Heaven 11, 2-1. At the Momo Tweet Sports Stadium in Grand Cape Montcalm, B Mountain, of course, took advantage of their playing at home when they defeated Pinsville FC 3-0.
Okay, Mr. Owi, let's hold that there because we have our guests coming up at 9 o'clock and we have other issues here to, delve into, like, a presentation of a budget of US 1.2 billion. So for the first time,
we hit the billion budget target
in the history of Liberia. The country, the government has hit $1 billion budget after century.
178 years.
Yeah. And I think this is a good news. Yes, one may say that is just a projection. Yes, we do agree because there is a possibility that you project, but then
you can't raise the money.
Revenue collected might not reach that projection. But for a projection, for I think it's a good thing that the government has now started to project $1 billion budget for the country. So, and before a projection can be done, what the revenue authority does is that it looks at
different
revenue sources or revenue base.
Yeah.
Okay, what where it collects revenue from and how much it collects from those sources or those revenue base. It looks at everything before coming up with a projection. So if our revenue base, as per the projection from the Liberia Revenue Authority, can reach 1.2 billion, I think is a plus for the government. I think I'd like to say bravo to the Liberia Revenue Authority on the stewardship of Commissioner Jala. I think they're doing a pretty good job, but we look forward to the realization of this projection. We look forward to the Revenue Authority actually collecting, the revenue and hitting, what it has projected. But it's a good news. It's a good news. The budget was officially presented by the Finance Minister, Augustine Gafwan, to the House Speaker, Richard Kuhn. And according to the draft fiscal year 2026 budget, domestic revenue accounts for US $1.13 billion, while external resources represent US 72 million. And domestic revenue projections include the tax of US 726.97 million, non-tax revenue of US 83.92 million, mental sign-on bonus of US 200 million, and contingent revenue of US 28 million. The proposed budget, accordingly, prioritizes investment which aligns with the arrest agenda, and it allocates approximately US 280 million to projects under the Public Sector Investment Plan, which is called the PSRP, and that is a key pillar of the administration's development framework that focuses on agriculture, focuses on roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. Wow. So yeah, that is it.
I got a similar view to that of the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia, Richard Namge Kuhn, when receiving the proposed budget from the Minister of Finance, Honorable Augustine Gafwan. This is a figure. The Speaker was concerned, similar concern that I share. If the budget is realistic, because it's good that we all want, to see this country develop, and the only way we can do that is about, having a bigger budget. But is it realistic? Because if we can raise this figure, which is just something that the figure that was projected by the Ministry of Finance, we may go to budget shortfall, which may force the country to recast this budget. So the concern is, are we in a position to raise the 1.2 million and change announced by the Ministry of Finance? Because most of this money will be raised by ourselves. We don't have much money coming from outside any longer. So the LRA, the government revenue arm or collection of revenue arm, we have to raise almost close to 90+% of this budget, which is over $1 billion. Is the budget realistic? The projected budget. So there's something we all need to wait on to see, and hoping that the government of Liberia can raise this money, which will be a fun thing. But for me, it's too early to start celebrating. Based on the concern raised by the Speaker of the country.
Okay, so folks, you're listening to the Today Show right here on Spoon 107.5. The show is live on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV is also live via our YouTube channel. You can catch us up on those social media handles. The show is also being simulcast by radio on Fabric 101.1. It's 1 minute up until 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, shortly, we play host to the chairman of the CMC, James Yogi, who I think should be in our compound at about this time. So in the meantime, until we can usher him in, let's hear from you. Let's take some calls from you. What do you make about everything that we've talked about? 0-777-777 1075 0-777-777 1075 0-555 101075. Those are the numbers to put it through. Again, 0-777-777 1075 0-555 101075. Add the numbers to put you through this morning on the Today Show, better still, the Spoon Morning Show right here on Spoon 107.5. So let's talk to this person on the line. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello, are you there? Okay, let's see if we can talk to this other person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
We need to check those lines.
Yeah. So let's take this very quick break to be back with you. The Today Show, keep on playing the radio game. The code remains the same, *799 *3#. The playing fee is 50 Liberian dollars or 50 cents US. Once you pay the playing fee, enter your mobile money PIN to confirm, and once you confirm, you automatically enter the draw and stand a chance to win for yourself up to 15,000 Liberian dollars. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
How are you? Let's hear you out.
Pretty well, okay. And this is the voice of Lawrence here. I'm the vice chair for operations, District Mana UFIC, CDC chapter Mosoro County.
Please go ahead.
Thank you for your talking point this morning. First, let me deal with your first issue that has to do with the former president health issues, right? Look, let me tell you, former president, we are Joseph Boakai, they are not in the health Suzu club, where he's sick, the former president, where it's compulsory that he's been sick. That's not the case.
Okay.
There have been rumors for the past month that former president, we are kidney problems, kidney failure, he's not well, and he's not going to contest again. If this country, United Party can manage to build a country to set the economy to the satisfaction of its citizens, there should be no need to worry about president, we are coming back. But because of their failure, they are not doing what we are coming back. You saw President we are in right? You saw President we are in Morocco. You saw his physical appearance. Doesn't look like someone who is facing health issues like the current president. No.
So,
no.
but prior to the election, during the 2023 electoral campaign, we also saw Joseph Boakai all over the place, but there was CCDs claiming that he was ill.
So yes, it. There was some evidence of Joseph Boakai being ill, but
what was the evidence?
The evidence is when he went at the ERW hospital. It was knowing that after the election, when he postponed the inauguration to go for health balancing, that is clear. And let me come to the issue of the
thing is the speculation at the time was that he was critically ill and that he was at the verge of death and everything. Those are things that the ruling establishment at the time, now the opposition, was saying.
So even up to now, that disregard was Boakai was, right? But even up to now, is Boakai still not? Do you know how much? Do you know billions of dollars Liberians have been spent or Liberians?
So then, what evidence do you have? If you're saying that Unity Party partisans don't have evidence about George Weah's illness, and so they shouldn't speculate, then what evidence you have about the president's illness to speculate about it?
My evidence is before the election was at the ERW hospital. That was and we saw a pictorial evidence that that's one election. After election,
Thank you very much. I think our guest is already here, so we will take a very short break. When we come back, we speak to the chairman of the CMC, Mr. James Yogi. Let's take this quick break to be back with you. The Today Show on Spoon 107.5. All right. A pleasant welcome back. This is the Today Show right here on Spawn 107.5. My name is Yekazi Zobel. I'm here alongside Sylvester Wowie, and of course, together, we are bringing you information about Monrovia, Liberia. It's 7 minutes on the flip side of 9 o'clock, like we've announced that about this time we'll be speaking with the chairman of the CMC. Mr. James Yogi is already here with us in studio, and let's welcome him to the show. Mr. Yogi, good morning and welcome to Spawn FM and TV.
Good morning, Yekezi, and good morning to you, Sylvester Wowie. It's a pleasure being here, and good morning to the Spawn family. It's good being here. Thank you.
Yes, it's good to have you.
Yeah.
I mean, you just cringed here. I think you've been here. The last time you were here, you were representing the Ministry of Agriculture.
Yes.
But today you are here representing the CMC as chairman.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Now, first of all, let's know, how is the CMC?
Well, the CMC is doing very well. The CMC is well, is healthy, is kicking, and it's very active all around in the communities across Liberia, and so the CMC is feeding very well.
Okay, the CMC is doing very well. We've heard a lot about the CMC, you know, on the cameras, in the media. The CMC, you know, I mean, there's been a lot of activities, you know, the CMC has been carrying out. But just before we, you know, go into other activities of the CMC, the Spawn TV took a surprise visit to the CMC headquarters a few weeks ago, and the headquarters appeared to be virtually empty. And that visit was on a working day, and it was during office hours, where, you know, employees or workers are expected to, you know, still be at work and all of that. But the Spawn TV, our team visited your compound, but it was virtually empty. Our team was greeted by goats, yes, and stuff. But I think there was one or two persons there. You want to speak about this? Is the CMC only active on the media or on the camera, but not active at its headquarters?
Okay, first of all, to just begin on a serious note, let me bring you greetings from the visionary political leader, Honorable Musa Assambility, the members of the National Advisory Council and the members of the National Executive Committee, and the entire partisans and supporters of the Citizens Movement for Change. You know, the CMC is not a sitting office political party.
Okay.
We are a working movement. And so our executives are on the ground daily, building bridges, rehabilitating roads, supporting farmers, and mentoring youth. That is where leadership belongs, you know, and as a young political party, 7 months old, we are out there in the field trying to engage with stakeholders, communities, you know, institutions, and recruiting our partisans, you know, recruiting and increasing our membership base. You know, we launched our membership drive on July 24th this year. So it's just about 3.5 months since we launched our membership drive. And you cannot recruit the membership as a party sitting in the office. So we have our secretariat usually at the office throughout to provide administrative support and some other technical backstopping, while the executives are in the field trying to engage with communities, engage with stakeholders, engage with citizens across the country, trying to recruit members to the party. So we appreciate the fact that your network, Spoon, visited our office, and you saw that our offices were open.
Yeah,
You saw that our setups are all there. You saw the different offices. Those belongs to executives, members of the party. After the fee, they come and compile report, meet there and do their planning of the fee activities, and then go into the field and then come back. So we have a functioning office. I think the CMC office is the most functional. The CMC is the most functional political party right now, and our offices, you know, are open, you know, throughout the week. And so we are there. So I will encourage you to continue to visit our offices, and you continue to get update about what we're doing there and all of that. By the way, if you visit our website, the CMC is the only political party in Liberia that has a website. It's the cmclrb.com. You see that every activity we own in the field are visible there. So the evidence of our activities in the field are visible on our website, on our social media pages, so that you can be able to see that we are not just out for nothing. We are out carry on serious mobilization, serious membership recruitment, and serious development initiatives in the different communities throughout the country.
When you say most functional political party, I mean, what's your yardstick to back this section?
Okay, other people will come and just talk. We will talk with evidence, pictorial, videos, and you go throughout the country, you see the evidence of our engagements, our initiatives, our activities out there. So we're not just talking, we are doing, and we can exhibit, and you can see visually what we are doing. So we're not just a political party that is just bent on holding press conferences and sitting in Monrovia. You know, we are all around carrying our activities, engaging our people, recruiting new members, and trying to build our party. I mean, just imagine in 7 months' time, a political party just 7 months old, we are where we are. They did not happen just by sitting in offices or just holding press conferences. Okay. It happened because we are engaged, we are moving around, and we're very determined. We are intentional about yes. And that is why you see us at the pace at which we're growing. You know, so the CMC is a very serious political party, and I think you can see what we are doing out there.
Yeah. So are you saying that on a daily basis, it is only the secretariat of the CMC that remains on ground at its office, you know, to carry out official work, and the rest of the members, the rest of the executives are always out there on the field, and they, you know, don't have, I mean, they don't sit in their offices?
Okay, let's say, for example, I, as national chairman of the party, I have daily engagements, but they are scheduled.
Okay.
On a daily basis, like I have 11 to 3 today. I have 11 to 3 engagements at the office, so I'll be there through all that period.
Okay.
And after that, I have other engagements in Caldwell. I have another engagement in District 17. I have another engagement somewhere around the Banjo area. So if you came after 3, you will not see me at the office. I will be in the field.
You should have an assistant, right?
Yes. So
If I don't see you, I see your assistant.
that is why I said to you that our headquarters remain active and open. Our staff are there every day handling administrative and coordinating activities there.
Yeah. So
You know,
I'm
but
asking
the
question.
heartbeat of the CMC is not confirmed, you know, to the walls of the building. You know,
Okay.
it beats across Liberia in the community. So every time you come, you find a vice chair for administration. You find a secretariat there. Those people are there specifically to handle administrative issues and coordination issues. The vice chair for mobilization, for example, and recruitment. What do you expect the vice chair for membership recruitment to be? In the field, of course. The people that we are recruiting are in the field. They are not in the offices. So we have to go out to them. What do you expect our youth congress to be? In the field, on the different campuses, engaging with young people, in the different communities, engaging with young people. What do you expect our women congress leadership to be? In the different marketplaces, in the different communities, meeting with different women groupings and all of that.
Okay.
Like I said, this is not an old political party. This is a very young political party, and we're trying to build an institution. We cannot build this institution just sitting in the offices. We have to go out to where the people are. The major asset of any political party is the people, the membership. And that membership is out there. We have to go to them, and that is what we are doing. So, but our offices are open, and I'm glad that your reporter went, and then he saw that the offices were open and functional, and everything, the setup and everything. You met with our members of our secretariat. You know, they were able to speak to you, but you wanted to speak to specific people, and you just need to let them know who you want to speak to and when you want to speak to them, and it will be available.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But we also did see goats there. Are you raising goats at your headquarters too?
Okay, no, I mean, even here at Spoon, I saw chicken passing all over the place. Yeah, even in your own place, yeah, you got chicken, you got dog, you got other things in your place. Yeah. So yeah, so are you? Do you have a portrait here too? Okay.
We will have dogs here.
No, I saw chickens. You know, I saw hen and chicks all over the place. But I mean, you know, on a serious note, you know, our interventions and engagement with communities across Liberia, they are so interesting and impacting, you know. And so some community members in some of the places we intervene, and some of our partisans, you know, we go to some communities, and based on our relationship and, you know, all of that, sometimes people come with give. Like the goat you saw in the yard was a group of women that came and said that they just came to appreciate the party for what it's doing in Nimba County, you know. And so they narrated a story about an incident they had some times ago when the road was bad in their community. And then, but the intervention of the CMC, you know, has relieved them. and so their kids are going freely to school. Vehicles are entering there freely. Motorcycles, the price of transportation have dropped because the road is accessible now. And then, so they just came to appreciate. They came with pepper, billable, and something just to say thank you. They came from all the way in Nimba County to just say thank you to the political leader, even though in his absence he was not in country at the time. But we appreciate them, and that points to the level of impact that we make, and it shows how desperate people are across the country. And that is why the CMC have selected to not just be a political party that talks. We are a political party that talk and do. And make sure that we intervene wherever our capacity can afford. And we're very happy and we feel blessed that we have a visionary leader, our political leader, Honorable Musa Assambilete. We have a very focused and well-experienced and intentioned leadership of our party, the members of our National Advisory Council and members of the National Executive Committee. And the CMC is really a blessed party, and we just want to thank God for what He continued to make our party to be.
Yeah, I asked that question because of public perceptions about the accessibility and operational status of party headquarters, especially when elections are over. That's the reason I asked that question. As a matter of fact, we visited all party headquarters on that same day, and some of them did not seem functional. Yeah, so it's just because of the public perceptions about the operational status, how effective political parties are after elections, and out of that's what prompted that question. But let's go over to government recent disapproval of your Bone County Bridge project. I know you released a press statement to that effect, but on this show, you just want to tell us, reiterate your response to the government's disapproval of your project, your bridge project.
Okay, so thank you. Again, the CMC's bridge and road initiatives in Bone County and other areas are not just political gestures. They are acts of national responsibility. A political party is a government in waiting. And when government fails to connect communities, citizens must not wait.
Do you see that as a failure of the government or inability?
Well, if you have a responsibility and for some reason you cannot fulfill those responsibilities, it means you fail to, because they are responsibilities assigned to you. Okay. So citizens must not drown because of broken promises, or because so as a government working as a responsible political party that is providing an alternative for Liberia, Liberia's governance, and we want to make sure that we are able to exhibit every capacity to the Liberian people to show to them that we are ready, and even more than ready, to serve this country. And by so, we're not just talking, we are doing what we can do, that we need to do to help our country while stay in the opposition, to give a clue to the Liberian people and the world that about our capacity, our intention, our character as an institution to be trusted with national leadership. And so the government disapproval of our efforts, reveals a leadership that values control over compassion. That's how I term it. When you value control over compassion, if a bridge means saving a mother's life, helping farmers take his produce to the market, helping children to have access to safe crossings, to be able to access the schools to go to, and so we see it, as a need, to intervene, and for the government to block that kind of initiative, it's out of touch, with the people, and we feel disappointed, but we are not deterred. We are committed. We are very, 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 very intentional about what we want to do with our people. We are engaging with our people. We see the need, and we are intervening. Our message is simple. CMC builds where others debate. We will continue to construct hope, not excuses like the government will do. We believe that leadership must empower and not obstruct. A true leadership must empower and not obstruct. The will of citizens to make their communities better is the tool that every leader must make use of. And so we believe that the Liberian people are in need of several development initiatives, and they are in need of roads, they're in need of schools, they're in need of clinics, good health facilities and services, bridges, and all of that. And if government cannot do all, we as an opposition or other citizens of Liberia must take some initiatives. We were asked for blueprint.
Okay.
We submitted a blueprint, and what they failed to know is that they thought that the CMC is like other political parties. They didn't know that the CMC is so sophisticated that we have all of the technocrats.
Okay.
So in terms of infrastructure, we have competent and reliable engineers, some of the best Liberia can boast of. So we provided the blueprint. Again, they asked for the CV of the engineers. We submitted it. Now they had no other reason to condemn what we were doing, but to say that, we budgeted for this thing, we got plans for it, we already got it in the budget.
The government said that there are certain documents that were required that you did not present. So this is what the government said, and I'm reading from the statement issued by the Ministry of Public Works verbatim. It says, notwithstanding, my team has reviewed the documents submitted and would like to advise that for any future request for a construction of a bridge structure, the following technical information should be accompanied.
So I want you to underscore that word, future.
Yeah.
Meaning that was not part of the requirement they had given
For
us.
the future.
Yes. So those that are listed.
It also means
those that are listed.
They had expected.
Yeah. No. When they wrote us, when Public Works wrote us, they requested specific things, and we responded specifically to meet up with what they have requested.
Okay.
And so they requested what they requested was the blueprint and the technical drawing.
Okay.
That was presented to them. So if you read their letter that they sent to us, the only thing they requested for was the blueprint and technical drawing, nothing else. If they are requested for this, we have the competent. Look, we have the professionals, bossman. The CMC has the best engineers Liberia can boast of. So they have requested this. It took us no day to getting this information. We have them, but they didn't request it. We responded to their request adequately, and they attested to that. They are only saying that in the future, this is a new request that they're making, that in the future, when we are applying for approval for other work in other areas, we should include this. But what they requested was given. If not, they would have said that you are not, because you did not. They would have said, because you did not present what you are requested to present, then we will do this. But they are not saying that. They are saying in the future, even though they have said in the previous paragraph there that they have plan already for it, they have budgeted fine. And what they are doing right now, they are procuring the contractors and all of that, agreement, whatever. So the issue was not, the issue of denial was not because we did not present to them what they requested us to present. The issue of denial was only because they have said that they already had plan to execute this, and not because we refused to give what they requested us.
So
it's clear.
So execute that. Then why do we request?
Fine. So that is
Well,
where
and
the
they said in
disappointment comes
future,
in.
because I know the CMC got intention to carry on more projects
Oh,
in
yes.
the country.
Oh,
So,
yes, indeed.
I mean, the ministry only provide this information to the CMC that, in future, please present this technical information in your next
So let me tell
report.
you something. This is not the first project that the CMC and the political leader has undertaken in Liberia, right? We've taken several. We've constructed several bridges. This is the Bonkane Bridge is not the first bridge. We've constructed several bridges and built several roads, rehabilitated several other roads. We've always responded to requests from the Public Works Ministry based on what the requirements or the requests are at the time. So we've done the Yah River Bridge, you know about that in Nema County.
Yeah.
We've done several other bridges, across. We've always responded to what they requested to. These have never been part of anything that they have requested for. So it is good that now they are requesting for it in future, undertakings will respond to this as they have requested, So, but I just want you to know. I just want you to know that the CMC is sophisticated enough to understanding what it means, what it takes to get involved with this thing. Look, the CMC did not just come out from the blue sky. We are well intentioned. We are determined, and we have a focus. So we've been able to bring together the best minds a Liberia can boast of.
Do you think that your political leader jabs directed to the Senator Prince Moi, led to
Well, except if you are telling me that Prince Moi is a part of that, which I don't know, but I did not receive any communication from Prince Moi. The communication I received was from the Public Works Minister, Minister Giddens.
Prince Moi supported the Unity Party. Is one of the strong.
Well, you are a journalist. Except if you're giving me that information, then I would be disappointed I would be very disappointed if I would be very disappointed if Senator Prince Moi would be involved. But on the record, it is Minister Roland Giddens who wrote the letter and deny us because he said they already have this. And so the disappointing part is that if you know that you have budgeted for this and you have planned for this bridge, why allow us go through all of these stress and headache? What was the essence of requesting for a blueprint, the technical drawing, and all of this when you knew that you already had a plan? So that is where, for me, I think he's going beyond his technical role and trying to be political, So if that is the purpose, then he's not doing it to the CMC. He's doing it to the citizens of Bonkante, the residents of Jokwemu community, who continue to witness the death of their children in that river. I remember during the day we went to do the groundbreaking, one of the elderly women who reside in there have been forced to move from her house to another community because of the trauma. She watched her 2 kids, die in that water. And so every time she comes out of the house and look at the river, she feels so frustrated and she's crying. So she had to move from her house to another community. So the stories about that water, about the death of people in that water, about the hindrances that water, the lack of bridge and safe passage over that water is causing the residents of Banga City, it's so pathetic. And the CMC as a political institution with visionary leaders, believe that our people do not deserve the condition and situation in which they are living. And so in our capacity and our limited with our limited resources, we thought to reach out, working with the current representative of that district, Honorable Josiah Melvin Cole, And you know, when we've carried the materials. We carry 100% of the material, over 500,000 worth of materials. You know,
Prior to
they are-
carrying those materials, did you consult with the Ministry of Public Works prior to carrying all of those materials before the request for the Ministry of Public Works that you present the blueprint and everything?
Okay, so we've said to them, including the local county leadership, that this is and this has been a long cry of the people of Banga, you know. So from year to year, from year to year. So when they met their representative, Honorable Josiah Melvin Cole, who brought the plight of his citizens to the CMC, who is also the vice, and not just partisan, but he's the national vice chair for operations. You know, so he brought it to our attention, and then we began to have some engagement with the local leadership, and then we extended. So when we reached a point where we agreed that the CMC can intervene in this, our engineers then did the assessment and all of that, and so the estimate and all of that. So the materials were procured. We invited the Ministry of Public Works, the local authorities, and all of that for the groundbreaking. You know, even though they didn't attend, as we expected them to attend the groundbreaking, but we did the groundbreaking, and then later on, we informed them that we have done the groundbreaking, we are about to do this work. So they said, okay, yes. So then they said, we need to see your blueprint. So we presented the blueprint and the technical drawing, and then next they requested for the engineer's profile, and we submitted. And then in their response later on, it's not about blueprint, it's not about technical drawing, it's not about the engineers, the competence and qualification of the engineers to do such a work. It's now about the fact that they have already budgeted for this and they have it in the plan, and so they cannot allow us to go. They would do it. It's a government thing. They would do it because they are planning the budget. So that makes it political, and it only affects the life of the people who are already suffering in that community.
So
it's a pity, but again, the CMC is a law-abiding political party. We believe in the rule of law, the respect for the rule of law, and so we are in no competition. We are in no competition with the government. No, we are not demotivated. We are not.
So now that you got this material procured,
we are not demotivated. We are not, in fact, it's strengthening us more. Okay. So because Liberia needs, even Bon County needs has a lot of needs in several other communities. So I'm just wondering why the government could not look at some of the many other needs, you know, to intervene other than just the one that. So we said, okay, no problem. We can fight you. We agree.
You still have other options.
Yeah. So we are looking around in the county to see where we can relocate those materials. Yeah, you know, and that's what, and all of that. We're hoping that by the time we reach that point, we can be able to deliver on. But again, we are committed. We are not deterred. We are even more determined and encouraged to do more for our people, and that is what we want to do.
Okay, so let's move to another issue here. The CMC is a new political institution, but then we have seen of recent resignation of one of its astute and founding member in person of Madam Grace Bua. You know, she served as the USA and Canada diaspora chairperson. I mean, what do you make of her resignation? Don't you think it's a reputational risk for the CMC, a new political party, to, at this very early point, see resignation of founding members?
You know, on a serious note, in every democratic institution, you know, transitions happen. Madam Grace Bua served well, and we respect her decision to step aside. You know, but the CMC is not built around personalities. It is built on principles. The Citizens Movement for Change represents an idea that cannot resign. The idea around which the Citizens Movement for Change, CMC, is built, you know, cannot resign. and an idea of integrity, accountability, and people-centered leadership. Our diaspora base is strong and active across the US, Canada, Europe, and all over, and we are currently restructuring to create a broader and more inclusive international network that gives every Liberian abroad a voice, in shaping the future, of our dear country, Liberia. So while individuals may move on, the vision of the CMC continues to grow, stronger, wider, and unstoppable. We appreciate every member who has contributed and continue to contribute to the growth and survivability of the Citizens Movement for Change. The CMC, we are very grateful people.
Okay.
We believe in showing gratitude to those who mean well and do well in our party. No contribution is small in the CMC, whether it is in kind, whether it is in cash, whether it is, whatever you can do to help move the CMC from 0 to ½ inch, 1 inch, or whatever. We appreciate it. And that is why we appreciate Madam Gore and wish her well in her endeavor. Her contribution to the institution will remain appreciated. And we look forward to a day where we can all meet again, and laugh and share fun, and appreciate where we come from.
Okay.
And the relationship we've built over the years. So
what did she say? She resigned from the CNC. Why did she resign?
Oh no, I mean, like a political party is a voluntary institution, and so people come at will and leave at will. You can decide, because of my engagement, I can no longer hold on. So I mean, I wish you guys well, whatever. So I mean, she has the right to leave, and it is up to friends, families, close confidants to reach out to say why,
Okay.
But for us, we respect.
Let me play this excerpt. This video is actually a video, but an excerpt for those of you listening. And this is what she said on a live Facebook podcast.
I don't know how to do some other order. You have no order in the party. No order. No order you have in the party. Your party executives should be even worried that you the only person appointing people all over the place. Nobody got anything to say because everybody there just to get something to eat. I was the only person with my heart open that came to help you. I didn't want anything. Because I told you I saw something in my sleep about you. But you are a wicked man. For you to go and tell people that financial issue is between Grace and Benedict, that financial issue. I left your party with money in your bank account. That money will open your mouth. Those people that are behind you. You think why they want us to do business like because of your money. And I don't care about your money. You can use it anyway. I don't know you like that. But do not use my name. Tell the people why I resign. That's what you should do. Any good leader would do that. Well, Grace resigned, the other why she resigned. Agree with her. Certain thing I don't agree with anything. You tell the people everything she said, I don't agree with it. I got recordings for your meeting, for your executive meeting, I got recordings. Because people love me. You gotta know what I did for that party. And the people you think are telling me they're not there. You don't have good people behind you. Leave my name for this, or else I will sue you. I'll register your party here in America. You don't want to play with me. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Because revenge, it can be next to the things that people enjoy the most in their life. Stop. Stop. I did nothing to you. I resigned from CMC. I sent a resignation letter to CMC. Mr. Benedict and his derogatory executive holding the letter, they don't want to share the letter to tell the people why I resigned. And they're not in the letter why I resigned. So since they don't want to share the letter, I was giving their chance and respect. Because when I work with respect. Everybody respect each other, and that's how I do my job. I built your party. You forgot? Even the political launch you own right now. I the one needed the political launch. The banner for the political launch, I made that banner. Professionally. I don't know how to do things on order. You have no order in the party. No order. No order you have in the party. Your party executives will be even worried that you the only person appointing people all over the place. Nobody got anything to say because everybody there just to get something to eat. I was the only person with my heart open that came to help you. I didn't want anything. Because I told you I saw something in my sleep about you. But you are a wicked man. For you to go and tell people that financial issue is between Grace and Benedict, that financial issue.
Okay. Sorry, we have some technical glitch with our internet. That is why that except took long. But everything has been resolved. Chairman, you heard Grace while speaking, and specifically, I have a letter here, a resignation letter. She pointed to, so she said, I have observed that the party's organizational structure, functionality, and chain of command are not sufficiently aligned with effective system building. And from what she just said, according to her, even though the party is an institution, but the chain of command in this institution is not being followed. The political leader, makes unilateral decision, and it's predicated upon this plus other reasons. She tendered in her resignation. You are the chairman of the party. If this is happening, then it means it's also affecting you. It means you're a de facto chairman.
She even call you names.
Yes. So again, like I said, Chief, we are a very responsible institution. For someone to think that individuals like me, people who know me will tell you, of course, you can see we've interacted several times, and I'm sure you know me. And you look at a political institution that has as in its membership people like Councillor Hilton Paul, Wade Power, James Yogi, Melvin Cole, Honorable Wilfred Bangura, the Binta Belete, the like of Madam Alice Tonia Besa. You have Larry Yonkwe. You a whole lot of responsible and state leaders, and call them names, out of that. But again, we appreciate Grace for the role she played. She had the opportunity to play the role because we recruited her to the party, and she became a member of the party, and then she had a role to play as a leader, as one of the leaders of the party. So she was only performing the role that was assigned to her by the institution. Okay. And the institution was funded, and then she was recruited, and
the allegations coming from her true that the political leader unilaterally runs the party.
It's not true, Bossman. The running of a political party, and again, not many. We have a National Advisory Council. We have the National Executive Committee, headed by the National Chairperson. And then we have the regional leadership of the party. We have the county leadership. We have the district leadership. We have the zonal leadership. We have the township leadership. So all this, we have a constitution, Bossman. This is not, before you become a political party, you go through a lot. There are a lot of requirements you have to fulfill. You have to fulfill to satisfaction before you are made a legitimate political institution. You are allowed to function as a political institution in Liberia. And before we recruited people, the party had these basic documents, the constitution, the different terms and references of the different position holders and all of that. So the political leader as the political leader and head of the political head of our institution. When the executive committee, the National Executive Committee, meets, evaluates someone, and we agree that this person, we think this person can be brought on board to play this role, and we vote upon it. The next thing required now is to consult with the person. Once the person consent and agree, we do a letter, official letter, to dignify the appointment and the responsibility we are about to assign to the individual. And so that the political leader as the head of the institution. No, the political leader we have, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, those who know him will tell you, he's the most consultative leader. He's the most tolerant leader. He consults on everything you see the
objection from the
yes, and he listens. We disagree on many things. Everything you see the political leader comes to say or to do outside in the name of the party is something that has been agreed upon, and he has been given the go ahead to do. The political leader does not do anything outside of the rules of our party. He's a law-abiding person. He's a leader who does not just act because he wants to act. He acts according to the code of conduct, the rules and regulation, the policy of our institution. Okay. And so to see one of us make those comments, is sad, but that is not the truth. It's a misrepresentation. It's a misrepresentation. No, okay. So listen. So listen. Again, we have to clarify this. Okay. The Citizens Movement for Change is a political party in Liberia. It's a Liberian political party, and can only be registered in Liberia under the auspices of the National Elections Commission, fulfilling the different procedures and requirements by law. So we have charters, branches all across. We have the Nigerian chapter, we have the Ghanaian chapter. So she's talking about, she play a role in organizing the USA chapter, right? Because we have appointed her as chairperson for the USA and Canada. So she had to recruit. She had the responsibility of recruiting members, just as I have responsibility of recruiting partisans to the party here in Liberia and elsewhere. She had the responsibility of doing that, and she was functioning within her TOR. So she didn't do anything outside of the task we have assigned her. So, but again, we appreciate the role she played, and she's gone now. We wish her well wherever she has gone. We move on, and the CMC remains stronger. But I just want to assure our partisans, the public, that the political leader, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, is a team player. He consults a lot. He does not do anything in the name of the party without the agreement of the party itself. He's very consultative, and he's visionary. He's a very tolerant leader, and he's a visionary person. And so we appreciate him, and he's not the person that is being described in our audio.
Thank you.
So before we go to the line, I want the chairman to speak to this. Our understanding is the political leader has brought in more yellow machines into the country. Where are we with this 50 million, 1 million per county, in terms of development of the country?
No, so the information is that we said 2026. We say in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see what we said in 2026,
mm-hmm.
those machines will be available here. And like I said to you, we are a new party, just 7 months old. Our plans are on course. Our activities are well put in place, and we are moving chronologically and making sure that our activities are aligned with our plans and our objectives.
Okay.
So we remain focused, we remain intentional, and we are not moved by anything. Of course, party. By the way, the CMC is not the only political party that has members going. Like I said, no, it doesn't matter. It's good. It's even good that it's happening earlier, because then we begin to know what we need to do. So we expect these things. We are political institutions, just as we are recruiting. Others are leaving other parties and coming to the CMC. We expect that it goes around.
All right.
So but it doesn't move us. It doesn't shake us. We remain resolute. We're very strong. We're balanced. We are well and going.
Okay, and of recent years, we've seen a lot of folks trooping into the CMC. Big names, prominent individuals, prominent politicians have been crossing over to the CMC. The latest has to do with Sam Jackson, a prominent political figure in our political spectrum. So, but there are allegations surrounding, the former manner in which they cross over. There are allegations of pay to play in your membership recruitment, that you paid folks, to cross over, especially a prominent figure, to give your party that more exposure. What do you say to this?
Again, Liberia is a very interesting country, and how can you reduce responsible, well-educated, well-settled state men and women, people with integrity to that?
I mean, that's
the tactics. That's the tactics of our detractors. That's the tactics of those who think that they will stay dreaming. That the CMC is, because they don't expect this. And our strategies are well on course. And like I said to you, the CMC did not come out of the blue sky. It was well thought about. It was well planned, organized, and our vision and mission are very clear. And the purpose, we are very intentional, and we are going out to people who will help us realize our vision and mission, and who will help us to drive our institution to success. So no, we are not. So no, we are not. We are not in the business of giving people money. And that's, by the way, that is being very disrespectful to people who decide on their own.
Okay.
A political party that is a voluntary institution. For us to be able to engage with people, sell our ideas, and those ideas they resonate well with them, and they decide, yes, they see their views and aspirations in what we're trying to do. So they come in to join forces with us so that we can expand on what we're doing, so that we can succeed together. And then you refer to that as, so no, the CMC is not in the business of that. We don't have the resources for that. We do not do that. That's being disrespectful. That is being irresponsible, and we as an institution can never be involved with that. So I can assure our detractors that our strategy, that is just a shadow of what our strategy is in growing our party.
Thank you.
So we are not involved with that. These are responsible people, and we appreciate them, and we'll continue to reach out to them.
Hear from Liberians, some of your partisans, and some of those who do not subscribe to the ideologies of the CMC. They're all listening, and they want to make a contribution. Call us on 0777 771 075, 0777 771 075, 0555 101075, 0555 101075, 0777 771 1075. Those are the numbers to put it through. We've got 1 minute up to 10 o'clock. We'll give you 5 minutes, to take your calls here this morning on the show. Let's see if we can speak to this person. Hello, your name and where you join us from. Hello, are you there? I don't know what's happening to the line. Let's see if we can talk to this other person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from. Good morning, you there?
Good morning, Yagasi.
Good morning. Let's hear you quick.
Let me say good morning to His Excellency President Bokai and your listeners. So I'm Sama D. Kekula, join you for over Magiri. I hold special interest in some of his conversation, especially the issue that had to do with the bridge in Bon County. Look, the last time I listened to one of the county leaders in Magiri, Madam Besa, and that of Oliver Pierre. They were carrying a steam myth in the public, putting the government against the people.
What is the myth?
Though the government has not stopped Musa Hassan Berete and any other Liberian from carrying project in the country.
What has the
But
government
in
done?
particular breach, we are concerned. I mean, we are told that the government told Musa Berete and the CNC that they breach it on
CMC,
our
not
control
CSD.
event. CMC, yeah, they breach it on our control event, capital in our budget. So you cannot touch a bridge. What you can do
But this
is
is the
you can
same government that requested the CMC for blueprint. So if they have allocated budget for the bridge, so why ask CMC for blueprint?
they will not run to our request for blueprint or whatsoever
What's
document
the
the government
rationale
needed
then?
to do. So I'm still there to say
Thank you.
one is the fee and thing that
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you join us from.
Thank you. This is the voice of Lawrence Kuya. I'm the past chair for operations, Michigan Mana UFIC, CDC chapter Mazuro County.
Yeah, please go ahead.
And let me say thanks and appreciation to the CNC chairperson in the studio. Look, my concern has to do with the denial of the people of Bon County, right? For me, I don't see that as being denied, or I don't see that as the CNC being denied carrying on her project, but see that as an opportunity being given to the people, the common people of Bon County that has been denied by this government. Look, if you look in the 2024-2025 national budget, there's no line in the 2024-2025 national budget that indicates a bridge from the Public Works Ministry to be built in Bon County. Only all part of constant, let's agree that there's a budget within the or there's a line within the budget that indicates that there's a bridge should be built in Bon County. Now, do you not think that will not be prudent enough that if this bridge is being built by the CMC, the money that's supposed to be built, or that the money that the government is supposed to take to build up a bridge, so why cannot they divert that money to a bridge or different bridge in Bon County?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from.
My name is Ezekiel Bencha, and I do join you from the Kingdom Village. Yeah,
Ezekiel, please go ahead quickly.
yeah,
30
my
seconds.
only concern is with your studio guest. I want to tell him that I'm one of the person that is very much interested in supporting the CMC. So if there's a way I can get connected, I want to get connected to him.
Okay, just keep listening. He's going to say how to join the CMC before he leaves. Hello, your name and where you join us from.
Yeah, hello, my name is Prince Moba calling from Ralph.
Prince Moba, quickly.
Yes, let me say to Musa Hassan Berete and the CNC collaborators that this Musa Berete, there's a stigma on him that we already know about. That when he was LFA president.
What have you got to say about the talking points?
Yes, we are appointing at Musa Berete as individual because this man is not liable. He's corrupt.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Joseph, and I join you from the traffic on my way to town.
Yeah, Joseph, please go
So,
ahead.
yeah, my point here is the government is giving the CMC the right to have one on them politically. There is no reason, if there is a plan to implement that project for the people, then you have no reason to ask them to submit to you the blueprint. If I have no reason of becoming a member of FUN, there should be no reason why FUN should ask me to present my credentials as a journalist. So the government was in error, and in my mind, I think the government is doing this to make Musa Berete famous politically because there was an issue again.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. We have a lot of folks on the line. Hello.
Thank you very much. And I join you from Chingizu Party residents to be qualified.
Avenue.
Bob, please go ahead quickly.
You know, it's so disappointing to hear a man who tried to defend someone who is supporting himself to be, you know, a man of integrity. There's a man who has been seen to be corrupt and one of the reputable institutions in the world. It's so laughable.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling. Let's talk to another person.
Hello, where are you doing that from? Hello?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Kawe. I'm
No,
coming to put it.
you are live on Spoon.
Yeah. I think the people know Musa ability. So he know me. If the people know Musa ability, fine. They know the man. They know what the man do to play.
Yeah, but we talking about specific.
We are discussing specific talking points. I believe you follow the discussion, right? You want to speak to the talking points.
Okay, now they may say what he Musa ability. He was supposed to get that money. Ask the government. He said, no, I want to pay the bill. How much it cost?
Okay.
Then when they tell him the cost, they say money, give the government, do the job.
Oh, you tell him money to get the government for government to implement the project.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you for calling. Let's take 2 more calls and call it a day. Let's talk to this person. Hello, your name, where are you doing us from? Hello? Okay, we lost that person. Let's see if we can talk to this person. Hello? Okay, Mr. Yogi, we are already out of time. You want to address some of the concerns expressed by the callers, and then later tell the people how they want to become a part or member of the CMC. What are the processes?
Thank you very much. I think, and thanks to the callers and those who try to call in and could not go through. But we appreciate you a lot. And again, we are politicians, we in politics, and so we don't expect our opponents to sing praises. They will always find. But the CMC, I just want to say that we are a very responsible political institution. We are focused. We have our purpose. We have our objectives set, and we are working and moving towards the achievement of our goals. And then we look forward to recruiting more of the professional Liberians, ordinary Liberians, So to become a member, the CMC is the only political party that has gone fully digital.
Okay.
So we have a functional website and a membership recruitment app on the same website. So you log on to cmclrb.com, or one word, no space in between.
Okay.
cmclrb.com. Once you log on there, you'll see a blue line say become a member. Once you click on that become a member, it takes you straight to our form, membership form. You fill in the membership form, and by the time you complete, you take your picture, because our membership form recruitment process is designed in a way that by the time you complete the form, our system at HQ, prepares and produces your ID card automatically. So that is why when you are filling the form, you take the best picture that you prefer to have on your ID card, the membership ID card, so that by the time you complete the filling of the form you submitted, the system can be able to.
And when do you get the ID card?
If you like, you can get it on the same day. In fact, if you are close to the office and then you did the ID card, in less than 2 minutes you get your ID card.
Okay. And why if you're not literate to go through that process?
So you find somebody. That is why we have our team in the field. And I was just telling you about what we're doing in the field. So because we are digital and not many persons understand the use of the platform, so we have our team around. We go around engaging with people. Those who agree to become a member, we register them and all of that. So that's what we're doing all around the place. And our offices are located. Our headquarters is at Sophie, where they have the Moria Mall. You know where the Moria Mall is, or where they used to have the COVID testing center.
Where in
Sophie, Okay, you know where former Vice President
Yeah, the
Joel
former
Howard
Vice
Taylor used to
President,
live.
yeah, in Asin
So,
Sofia.
so right after the former Vice President, ECOWAS has moved there now.
Okay.
So right after the ECOWAS office, there is a fence between the ECOWAS office and our national headquarters.
Okay.
Yeah, so once you get a Sophia there, you ask anybody for the CMC office. Anybody there can direct you. It's a very easy place to find. But again, we look forward to seeing you again. Thanks to the Spoon family for this
Thank you.
platform.
We are already
and
out
we
of
look
that.
forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's Mr. James Yogi. He's the chairman of the CMC, and he's been here discussing with us activities relative to the CMC. Many thanks for your listening role. You can join us on tomorrow for another edition of the show. A lot of people expected Diamond Spangler to have been here today, but Diamond will be here on tomorrow. Sit with us on the platform. I've been here alongside Professor Wowie. Mr. Wowie, anything, in a second?
Yeah, it was good to have the chairperson from the CMC here with us, but my only disappointment is, he did not address my issue that has to do with the 15 million, 1 million accounted for development purposes.
Yeah, so because of time, I think we can invite him another time to talk about that on the show. But folks, that's all the time we have to be here. My name is Yekezi Zungan. Bid you a pleasant goodbye from Odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. Bye-bye.